All right. What's up, guys? Original OC here with you on the Original OC channel, Smartwatch Talk for the Smart Collector, on this Sunday, March 8th, 2026. March 8th, 2026. What's up? Hope everyone had a great weekend. Haven't done a stream for a while, so it's good to be back with you. And we're here with, of course, breaking news, the first watch live stream to bring you the breaking news. And it's a doozy. We've got actually a couple of interesting developments in the watch world that we need to talk about. Number one, social media person. I don't know if we'll cover this first, but we'll definitely have to get to this. Social media personality and darling of 47th Street, the dealer, the fast flipper known as Vucom, which is a stupid name and it's a stupid brand. But the guy known as Vucom has been arrested and jailed and charged with fraud. Arrested and jailed for fraud. We're going to hear his side of the story. I actually think he's innocent. But that doesn't mean that I would ever recommend buying a watch from the guy. He doesn't know anything about watches. So definitely never, ever, ever buy a watch from Vucom. But he was arrested. He was jailed for fraud. There was a warrant issued for his arrest, and he was picked up at the airport. Also interesting, pretty significant development, actually. Struggling watch dealer, secondary dealer, Luxury Bazaar is going all in. They're a little bit late to the party, I think, on this one. But they're going all in on tokenized watches. Tokenized watches and blockchain NFTs. Wasn't that like so 2023? Didn't like a bunch of people try that in 2023? Yep, that's right. Roman Sharf, CEO, Luxury Bazaar CEO Roman Sharf is betting the future on tokens and NFTs for Luxury Bazaar. He had to basically strong arm the team into following his strategy. He thinks it's going to save the company. I don't know, but we have to cover that story. We have to cover that one. It's crazy. You have to you buy a box. I love this. Like, I'm not familiar with this whole thing of like you buy empty boxes and then it's like a mystery box, and then you just get like a token, and then you can trade the token in for a mystery watch. It's fucking nonsense. It's a fucking clusterfuck, if you ask me. But hey, we'll watch the video. Maybe it's like a sound business idea. Maybe there's lots of you guys out there that would actually prefer to gamble, to buy mystery boxes with digital watches. Hey, and then when you buy the digital watch and you find out what you got, you can trade in your digital certificate for another box and try again. Gee, that sounds fun. It sounds like gambling to me. I'm not an expert. I'm not going to call it gambling. I don't know if it's gambling or not. It sounds like gambling. If I'm buying a mystery box and I don't know what's in it, and I'm paying $10,000 for it, and I open up the box and there's like a certificate, like you bought a picture of a watch for $10,000 and you can trade it in. You don't know which watch you're getting. It sounds like gambling to me, but hey, we'll figure it out together. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but he partnered, Roman basically strong-armed. He forced the Luxury Bazaar team to partner with his company. They were not having it. They weren't happy about it at all. But he kind of like, he really rammed the strategy through the company. And you hear Adrian like basically say like, I don't want to do this. And Roman's like, just figure out how to make it work. Figure out how much we need to fleece, what percentage margin we need to fleece the customers for in order to make this worth our while. What blows my mind is they actually put out videos where they say like, hey, in order for us to make this work, figure out the percentage that we need to do, and we'll just make it happen. We'll just add the markup in there, and and so on and so forth. And then at the same token, if we do this, and then we'll get 200 mystery boxes. And Adrian hates this stuff. Adrian hates this stuff. But listen, I think what they've seen is how successful. I think it's successful. I don't know how successful CRM Jewelers has been with their $100,000 giveaways that they do. And that whole it's not a sweepstakes. It's not a sweepstakes. That's a different thing legally. They do some kind of thing where you buy tickets and then they pick tickets, they pick a winning ticket, and then that person wins $100,000 credit at CRM Jewelers, which everyone knows that's going pretty well. And they do a video like every week or every 2 weeks with a winner. But I think also about that is the appeal of meeting the CRM team. It's like that's what's fun about that prize. It's like, hey, we'll fly you to Miami and you'll meet like Carlos and Charlie and all the team there. Who else is there? Natalie. Huge shout out to Nat. I think Natalie probably is the reason why most people buy tickets to try and win a trip to hang out on the yacht with CRM. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Natalie she's a huge draw. We gotta keep it real. She is terrific. She's a terrific asset to the team. Okay, let's see who's in the chat. We're gonna get started. I want to know, oh, by the way, IDGuy, he did a video with his 2026 Rolex predictions as well, and I got that queued up. Maybe we can do three things. We can do VUCM, we can do Luxury Bazaar turning into a NFT company, or we can do IDGuy, we can do Watch Talk, we can do the Rolex predictions. We're the only channel that methodically and consistently, systematically reviews those on social media who are doing 2026 Rolex predictions, and we hold their feet to the fire. So far, we've covered Britt Pierce, we've covered Monochrome, and tonight we'll cover IDGuy. So if you want to do Watch Talk, let me know in the chat. I don't want to do a poll. Just let me know which one do you want to do, and I will do whatever I want to do. But it's good for you to like share your input. Yeah, it's participatory. You can feel like you're involved. We've got 4 people watching. Geez, I thought I would, after being gone for 3 or 4 days, I'd come back to a bombastic reception, but not really. Original Mathis, who I was hanging out with in Florida, okay, letting the cat out of the bag. Mathis and the Florida crew put together a big thing. I was sick one of the days. I was under the weather one of the days. I'm not quite sure which day it was. I missed one of the big dinners. If you're in Florida and I didn't get a chance to see you, or if I didn't have a chance to reach out to like give you details about what was going on, I apologize. That's my fault. There was a very, very tight schedule, and I was under the weather one day. I was completely out for basically like a 13-hour period. I was gone. And I'm not sure what, it could have been some kind of poisoning. I could have been poisoned. It's possible I was poisoned, put it that way. Now, could have been food poisoning, or it could have been nicotine poisoning, because I had a pretty big, fat, strong cigar. Anyway, Original Mathis, co-CEO of the original OC and Watch Colony channel networks, and technically my boss, is in the chat. What's up, Mathis? He's here with a super chat as well. I got to hang out with Mathis 2 days in Florida. He ran a great event, super high-end event. big fancy dinners and just, you know, boutique visits and exclusive watch experiences. Well done, Mathis. $5 super chat from the boss. When people tell you, I got a guy for that, this is the type of jabroni they are talking about. Yeah, he's referring to this guy right here. Nice mugshot. Nice mugshot. This is the celebrity watch flipper, fast flipper. He's not even a dealer because he's not even good at watches. He has the worst watches. Let's be honest. We got to be real, guys. Of everybody on 47th Street, he has the worst selection of watches with the worst team, completely not knowledgeable about watches, and the worst selection. Like, it's basically old garbage two-tone Datejusts, and maybe like a couple of modern pieces, like modern GMTs, modern subs, stuff like that. But never, ever, ever should anybody who's smart enough to watch this channel ever buy watches from Vucom. Thank you for the super chat, boss. We've got John Lee in the chat, maybe a new viewer. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed and hit notifications. Hit that bell icon. Make sure it's set to all. Apparently, someone impersonated him on Facebook Marketplace, and he was released. Scams on Facebook are absolutely rampant right now, especially these dealer personalities like Moses, Vucom, maybe Jules. There are a lot of people. There are fake Moda Facebook groups. There's all kinds of fake stuff. All you have to do is grab a couple of pictures of somebody, create an account, say, hey, I'm so-and-so. There might be fake Facebook accounts of me. You never know. And people are going around saying, hey, I'm original OC. Would you like to buy my Daytona for $6,500? And some poor schlub out there goes, oh, really? I can get an OC autographed Daytona? He'll write a personal inscription on the box. That sounds amazing. And they'll wire some dude in India or wherever $6,500, and then he thinks I'm responsible for shipping a watch. And then he files a police report saying OC, that evil OC, Satan, stole my money and never shipped the watch. Anybody can do this stuff. You can't do business on Facebook. You can't do private party transit. I'm against doing business on Facebook. Don't do it. You will get scammed. St. Peter's in the chat. It's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt. It's fraud. He was set up. He was set up. I think what probably happened is, I'm not going to keep this guy's face on the screen because honestly, I mean, just like probably bad for ratings. This guy's like one of the most distrusted and disliked dealers on 47th Street. I'll pull this up. Boop. This is the IDGuy video. This is quality content. Quality content. And we'll get to this in a few minutes. I want to make sure I get through the chat. So say hi to everybody that I've missed, including Logan Hall, star of Logan Hall's Grill Streams. We're doing another burger review. By the way, isn't it fascinating? I'm not trying to take any credit. I'm not just trying to take full credit for it, but I did a review of the Big Arch, and then Logan and I did a review of the new Whopper, and then Logan, Brody, and I, and Mathis did a review of Five Guys. And in that time, is it just my imagination? But there are now thousands of videos on Instagram about people doing burger reviews. I mean, we started it. We were the innovator. You might even say that we were the original. that we did the first review. Even the McDonald's CEO jumped on the bandwagon and did a burger review, a much maligned review of his own product. So everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. And listen, we're not responsible for it, but we're partly responsible. We're not fully responsible, but we did come up with the idea, completely original idea, to do a fast food burger review. We're up to 10 people watching. I love that. I love 10 people. 10's a nice, good round number. Upvote the live stream, guys. Upvote the live stream. Everybody watching and lurking, all the haters, everybody, upvote the live stream. Welcome to St. Thomas Virgin Islands. Wow, St. Thomas Virgin Islands is in the chat. That's why Tuscany Rose dipped. Yeah, Tuscany Rose was John Buckley. John Buckley's company is called Tuscany Rose. They used to have a partnership with the Vucom guy, and then Splitsville. I'm not going to say why, but I'm not going to say why. I don't even know why. I don't know why. These things happen. You won't know till you know. If you're the subject of a complaint and there's a warrant out for your arrest for fraud, they'll get you when they get you. Doesn't make it wrong. Yeah. What's up, Alejandro? Good to see you in the chat. Who else we got here? Who else do we got? Let's see here. Make sure I say hi to everybody. Got Doc Mick in Florida in the chat. What's up, Doc Mick? Member of the OC channel. Thanks for being a member. One of our loyal viewers. We have Greg Enright. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe and enable notifications. Poor kid. Things like this shouldn't happen in this guy. I mean, poor kid. Which who? Roman? Roman's not, listen, Roman is not young anymore. Now, I'm older than Roman. But listen, Roman has to take responsibility. If you're going to you're going to bet the entire company's future, if you're going to throw a Hail Mary and risk the entire financial stability of Luxury Bazaar on gambling, and I don't know if it's technically gambling, but buying mystery boxes. I mean, I don't know. I'm not familiar with this company. Like, you buy Pokemon cards, like a mystery box of Pokemon cards, and you open it up, and you might get one that's worth like $6. You might get one that's worth like 3 cents. To me, it sounds like garbage. I mean, I don't want anything to do with it, but maybe you guys in the chat know more about this than I do. Mark Gray is in the chat. It's not an NFT, just a mystery box. Actually, incorrect. The company with whom he's partnering, they're going to be doing tokenized watches basically and blockchain NFTs. You'll get it's like, think about this for a minute. Just think about it. I'm going to have Roman explain it. Maybe if Roman wants to jump on and explain it, I mean, listen, I'm not opposed to him telling his side of the story. Link for Roman Sharf only. Guys, do not click. If you want to join the panel, click on the one that's pinned at the top of the chat. But if you're Roman or a representative of Luxury Bazaar, or if you're a representative of Court Smash LP or whatever the fuck the name of that company is, what they do is listen, I'm buying an empty box and I don't know what's in it for $10,000. And when I open it up, I get like a digital picture of a watch. It's like, digital picture. Hey, your digital picture is worth X. And you can either like sell it back to Luxury Bazaar, and you can have them store the physical version of the digital certificate, which supposedly is a real watch. We'll store it for you for years. Wow, what a great service that is. Or you can trade it in for a new box and pay the difference. Like, okay, I paid $10,000 for an empty box, and then it's worth like $6,000. So I'll buy another box. I'll trade the old one in. I'll get the 6,000 credit. I'll pay 4,000 on top of it. I'll buy another box. I'll keep buying boxes, box after box after box. They are the unboxers until I finally hit and get a good digital certificate. It's nonsense. It's not. No wonder Adrian and the entire team there was vehemently opposed. I mean, physically, you could see them opposed to this idea. Got Scott Wexlin in the chat. What's up, Scott? Good to see you. We've got Gatsby in the chat, one of the best guys from Canada, unlike some of the other Canadians. No, got mostly good Canadians in the chat. Gatsby, member of the channel. Welcome back. OC fraud arrests, NFT scams. Are we even surprised? Grifters. Yeah, it's bad. It's getting bad. The market is so bad for these guys that they are now resorting to digital tokenized watches, guys. Don't buy a real watch, buy a token of a watch, whatever that is. It's on the blockchain. Wasn't this done like 3 years ago and failed? NFTs? I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Ace is in the chat. What's up, Ace? Was Tyler arrested? Yeah, we're here with breaking news. You're not going to find any other live stream channels about watches that cover the breaking news like we do. Tyler McCorsky. I think that's his name, right? Let me make sure I pronounce it correctly. Yes, Tyler McCorsky, known by his celebrity watch flipping brand Vucom. Stupid name. Fucking hate the name. I fucking hate saying it. I hate even thinking about it. It's a stupid ass name. I hate Vucom. Fuck. Imagine having your company called Vucom. Fuck me. Yeah, but he was arrested and jailed. Apparently, it was like someone got scammed on Facebook Marketplace, and then they filed a police report, and there was a warrant issued for his arrest, and he was traveling, and they snatched him up. It's much ado about nothing, but he turned it into a 45-minute video to try and generate content about it. We're not going to give him the satisfaction. We will not give him the satisfaction. We're not going to play 45 minutes of fucking nonsense just to find out that he was arrested and put in jail, thrown in jail for a few days. Good riddance is what I say. No one should be buying watches from him anyway. And if you're this fool or the sucker that tried to buy a watch from him on Facebook Marketplace, I mean, I'm not feeling a lot of sympathy. We got people who've been scammed by the wizard who still haven't gotten justice. That's my top priority. Top priority, bring wizard, a Canadian. I think he's Canadian. He might be a Canadian citizen. I don't know. But listen, Gary, we need your help, man. We need all the Canadians to help track this guy down and bring him to justice for what he's done to our community. So that's the top priority, the wizard. Vucom, who gives a fuck about him? He can fend for himself. By the way, Logan may be doing some Vucom cooking reaction videos soon. Stay tuned for that on the Logan Hall Grill Streams channel. It's gonna be pretty good. I've seen a preview of some of the content Logan is preparing for you guys. Really, really good stuff. Ryan Hofray's in the chat. Mystery box. Okay, thank you. Now you're educating me because I don't know how these mystery boxes work. Okay, I have no idea how these. So you're going to educate me. I'm going to read this very carefully. Mystery box is 100% degenerate gambling. Okay, so that's the definition. Now I understand. If it's a mystery box, it's not only gambling, it's degenerate gambling. That's good. But now I'm clear. I was confused. I didn't know what mystery boxes were. I didn't know if it was a legit thing. I didn't know if buying like pictures of watches. I thought buying pictures of watches was something that happened in 2023, and we're like, we're not fucking doing this. What fucking crazy idea is this? We're going to buy real watches, and we're going to wear the real watches, and we're going to keep the real watches in our physical possession. We're not going to buy a picture of a watch and then have you store a picture of the watch on the blockchain or whatever the hell it's called, on the line. I'm not keeping my watch on the line for you to like take the value of it and flip it over and over. I mean, this is my watch. Block tokenized bullshit. I can't believe Roman's doing this. I can't believe Adrian allowed this to happen. I really can't believe it. Got Johnny O from Chicagoland, member of the OC channel. Good afternoon. It's good evening here, technically. I don't know when does afternoon end and evening begin. Yeah, we got mystery boxes. Apparently this is rampant in like I'm not sure if it's the baseball card world or like the Pokemon cards. I don't know anybody who would be dumb enough to do this with Pokemon cards, let alone pictures of watches. $10,000 a box. It's crazy. Craziness. Hey, I got John D in the chat. It would be interesting. I would be interested in hearing more about this Vucom issue. Either he doubles down on the scumbaggery of 47th and the Gray Steelers. Either doubles down. I get it. So either Vucom or Roman. Yep. There's really not much to the Vucom story. You know, not much to the Vucom story. We got Swiss in the chat. What's up, Swiss? Spreading some misinformation. I love it. Listen, 2026 predictions are all over the place. All over the place. And we're going to get to the predictions from IDGuy. He's like a British watch YouTuber. He does like, I'm not sure what he does, but he does like occasionally, like once a month or two, he'll do a video about watches. Mostly he talks about brands I don't care about. Like he's always talking about Tudor and how good the Pelagos is and the Pelagos. I think mostly videos about the Pelagos. If you go through his videos, like 90% videos about the Pelagos, I think. I don't watch those videos. If it's a video like this where he's talking about Rolex, I'm gonna watch it. Look at this. Alejandro says, listen, look at this. We got a fan here. I'm not going to lie. The Roman NFT thing, that's non-fungible Tudors, was interesting, and I'm not against it. Look at it this way. As long as you get a good watch out of it, a good watch out of the $10,000, and you're getting a Rolex Sky Dweller, would be one hell of a score. So okay, say listen. So this is Alejandro. He's supposedly one of the smart collectors who's watching, and he's already being manipulated by Roman. Like, listen, if you bet $10,000 on a mystery box, you might get a $5,000-$6,000 Tudor, or you might get a Sky Dweller. Oh, darn, you didn't get a Sky Dweller this time. Try again. And then he'll buy another. Would you buy another box after that? And then buy another one? And that buy another one? I want to see this list of watches. The thing is, there's no controls. There's no control over how the system is run. So they can just pick anything. It's not being regulated. This isn't regulated. It's not like there's some government agency looking after it, making sure it's legit. Like someone hits a button and says, "Oh, you bought digital certificate 624." It's like, how are you to know what you got? Oh, well, you ended up with an old 1999 Speedmaster. We consider it worth $8,000 when it's really worth like $6,000. Come on, Alejandro. Come on. I don't think I'm not a big I'm skeptical. Put it that way. I'm very, very skeptical. Hey, got Mr. Tudor to you in the chat. What's up, Mr. Tudor to you? Good to see you. Got Tobister McDonkey, who says, I get all my Rolexes from the authorized dealer, except my two-tone Explorer was new from Watchbox with a trade and a bargain. Only a moron would buy from these scammers. Yep. True. I wouldn't buy. I mean, there are certain people on 47th Street who are very reputable in watches. Avi and Co. is reputable. By the way, I paid a visit to Avi and Co. in Florida a couple days ago. Shout out to Dylan. If someone from Avi and Co. is watching, or someone who knows Dylan at Avi and Co., shout out to Dylan and the team at Avi and Co. for doing a fantastic job with us. We had a whole huge group of people. We're doing a big thing, and we met up at Avi and Co. and they treated us like they treated us very well there, I have to say. And it's all authentic watches. So if you want real watches, there's places to go on 47th Street. There's probably like 50 other places I would go if I wanted to watch. The AD, buy new. The AD, Rolex certified pre-owned. Buy from a friend. Buy from trusted online platforms that I'm not allowed to talk about. But pretty soon you'll be able to do that. Got D Wood in the chat. What's up, D Wood? VUCAM, synonymous with luxury. Yeah, it's a bunch of 20-year-olds running around in Adidas hoodies who don't know anything about watches. Doc Mick says, correct. OC started it. OC started the burger reviews. That's true. I did the first live burger review of the Big Arch. And now it's like, it's all over the place. There's CEOs copying me. Like, hey, I'm going to do a live video of me eating my burger. It's really caught on. And it was so popular, I had to make all 3 of our live burger reviews members only. It's getting millions of views. I'm like, screw this. This is special. This is special for the members. We're going to make it members only. They're the only people who are going to be allowed to watch exclusive burger taste test content. Okay. Got Van Lux in the chat. What's up? Van Lux agrees. Yes. I haven't been doing these reviews for long, but I did start them. I was the first person to do the Big Arch review, correct? Glad to hear that. We got DC Chris in the chat. $5 super chat. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show. Hey, OC, need your opinion, please, for a Rolex with a blue theme. Would you do a blue dial Yachtmaster or the two-tone blue dial Submariner? Well, that one's pretty simple. Pretty simple. The two-tone bluesy, as it's affectionately called, the two-tone Submariner with the blue dial and the blue bezel is just iconic. It is just an iconic timepiece. And so you really cannot go wrong with that one. Let me pull it up. It's gotten pricey over the years. Wow. Yeah. I remember when I bought the two-tone bluesy 126613LB. Look, I know reference numbers. I think it was 14,300. Maybe it was a little more than that. I think it was 14,300. Now the Rolex Sumana, the two-tone Sumana, is 18,900 US. 18,900. So listen, I would definitely, the Yachtmaster is going to be discontinued. That model is so old. It's ancient technology. And the blue is kind of a weird blue with the red writing on it. It's an okay watch, but you can't go wrong with the bluesy. It's a Submariner. It's got a blue dial. It's got the yellow gold. Definitely. If you guys disagree in the chat, type in a comment. But I think it's pretty overwhelmingly you go with the Submariner if you want a two-tone watch. First of all, I mean, it's the best two-tone. I mean, other than maybe the root beer, the two-tone root beer, GMT. I know people like the Guinness too. I'm not a huge fan of the Guinness. I like the root beer more. But the bluesy, go with the bluesy. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. The kid got locked up, but was it in error? Well, I don't know. There was a police report filed. There was a warrant issued for his arrest. It was probably a false police report. It was a police report for a guy named Tyler, who was the guy thought it was Vukum, and he got scammed on Facebook. So like, but okay, blue sky thinking. Okay, just bear with me a second. Listen, I'm not a big fan of conspiracy theories. But let's just say I am a shady dealer. I'm not. Just stick with me for a second. I'm a shady dealer on 47th Street. I'm a well-known social media personality, and I'm a shady dealer. What's to stop me from creating 2 or 3 fake original OC profiles on Facebook? Right? I could have multiple original OC profiles on Facebook, and when some poor schmo reaches out to one of them, says, "Oh yeah, I'll buy a watch. Oh wow, you have a blue dial Sky Dweller for only 14,000. Wow, what a great deal! I'll buy it." Wires the money to some anonymous wire number, and then I close the account. And then the guy says, "Hey, OC stole money from me," and I'm like, "Well, that wasn't me. That was a fake account." I mean, who's he going to go after? Nobody. There's no proof. What is he going to do? Subpoena Facebook and try to get records of who opened the? It's impossible. He's going to be buried in red tape for years. John D, let me know if that's true. If that scenario if any of these dealers on 47th Street, the shady ones, not all of them, but the overwhelming majority of the shady ones, decided to do. Let's say they had profiles on social media, big personalities. They wanted to create 2 or 3 fake Facebook accounts. Who's to stop them? They'll get your money and they'll just close the accounts. Easy. Why let the thieves steal all the money when you can also get in on it? I don't know. What's to stop my scenario from being the true scenario? Gatsby says, "You mean this Tyler guy could have made up any name and all he could come up with was Vukum?" Hey, that's his brand. That's I mean, not I don't like the way it sounds, but some people like it. Vukum it doesn't scream luxury to me, but I'm not buying. I'm not his target audience. This guy is not a guy from whom I would be buying any watches. Got Peeps in the chat. What's up, Peeps? Good to see you. And let's see who else. I'm trying to catch up. I'm going to zoom past people. The Mall, member of the OC channel, is in the chat. OC, I would just buy lottery tickets for $10,000. Better odds. There you go. Lottery tickets, better odds than mystery digital certificate boxes. OC, you should buy a luxury bazaar pack online and we'll see what happens. No, I can't do that. Not even as an experiment. I can't even do that as an experiment. OC, talking it up doesn't help me much, but I know he is probably joking. What am I talking up? Let me see. Let me go back through the chat here. No, this is a real thing. He was really arrested. What did Vukum do? Bring weed on a? Oh no, arrested for fraud. For fraud. Someone, I think, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say someone, impersonated him on Facebook, stole someone's money, and then the guy filed a police report against him because they thought it was him. So that's it. I have both. Doc Mick, here we go. Expert opinion, expert watch opinion in the chat. I have both of them. The Yachtmaster is nicer, but the two-tone Submariner is an icon. There you go. So you're sitting on the fence. You're sitting on the fence, Doc Mick. I'm going to go all the way on the Submariner. The only issue is the bank account can't be a fake one. Know your customer and something, something, something paperwork, whatever. Yep. Well, I mean, you can open up, people can open up bank accounts and then close them, right? All right, let's go to, let's do some watch talk. Let's do a little bit of watch talk. Let's go to IDGuy. Shout out to IDGuy on YouTube. I think it's just on YouTube. And he has some predictions for Rolex for 2026. And then we'll get to Luxury Bazaar and Vucom. Maybe. I might have to break up the stream into multiple streams. All right, IDGuy. Let me drop a link to the chat here. Let me to his channel. I don't watch all of his videos, but I like it. I like his voice. He does quality videos. He has over 100,000 subscribers. So he's like 10,000 times bigger than I am. So there you go. IDGuy. Let me drop a link here in the chat. And if you don't know who he is, check him out. IDGuy. There's a link to his channel. And by the way, we will be 100% playing copyrighted content throughout the course of this show. And we do so consistent with United States copyright laws under fair use. Look it up. But I dropped the link to IDGuy. Thanks to IDGuy for allowing us to play your content. Not that you have any choice. We're going to do it anyway. All right, here's his predictions. Here we go. We got the Rolex Pepsi on the screen. Is he going to predict that it's discontinued along with everybody else? Remember, we broke the news. We broke the story on January 30th that it was likely to be discontinued. And then everybody else in the world, just like the burger reviews, everybody else in the world jumped on the bandwagon. Let's see what IDGuy says. Ready? Let's go.
T collection. Does this collection deserve an update? Do you think some pieces will come, some pieces will go? Look, I do think this is a massive undertaking, and it might be a bit too much. But if Rolex can do this with the Daytona...
He's got a great voice. He's got a very good voice, and I think it's even better than Andrew Morgan's. By the way, Andrew Morgan, we broke the news. Check this out. You won't believe this. You will not friggin' believe this. We broke the news a few days ago. Just a few days ago, that Andrew Morgan quit YouTube. Okay, and we did a big live stream about it. We analyzed it and everything. Let's see here. Where is Andrew Morgan? Andrew Morgan's watches. Okay, so check this out. So he did this. The stream here says leaving YouTube. It was called quitting YouTube and all that stuff. And this was 7 days ago. Okay, 7 days ago. We did a big live stream about it. We analyzed it. Look at this. Oh, he's back. He's back with a new... I thought he quit YouTube. Andrew, I thought you quit YouTube. You quit YouTube for 7 days, and now you're crawling back? I thought I had a problem with the algorithm. I thought you didn't like how you had to create viral videos and clickbait content. And here he is with flames and a downward arrow like a downward arrow. It looks like the stock market's crashing because watches are investments, according to him. He's trying to position watches are investments. And then he's using flames and fire, like hellfire. The guy's been gone for 7 days. Don't say you're going to quit YouTube and then fucking come crawling back after 7 days. It makes you look like a total fucking wimp. Total wimp. Unbelievable. God, was it clickbait after? Was it just a scam? Was it just a scam? Jeez. Let's go back to the ID guy. The ID guy is actually the better sounding British guy. He's the best sounding British guy who is on YouTube.
I think this is a massive undertaking, and it might be a bit.
By the way, he's talking about making the GMT Master 3, which was my possible suggestion that they may be introducing a GMT Master 3 this year. I'm not sure if they call it that or not, but basically quick set date, and like that'd be the main feature. Slimmer case, thinner, slimmer lugs, GMT Master 3. That's what he's talking about here.
Collection. Does this collection deserve an update?
Yes, it does. It does deserve an update.
I think some pieces will come, some pieces will go. Look, I do think this is a massive undertaking.
It would be a massive undertaking, but they've probably been working on it for years. They're probably redoing the movement, and they came up with a quick set date for it, and they're going to relaunch the whole thing. Let's see what IDGuy says.
And it might be a bit too much, but if Rolex can do this with the Daytona collection, there's nothing stopping them from readjusting the GMT line.
Exactly. Look what they've done. They redid the Submariner 2022, I think it was, or 2020. I can't remember what the exact year. They redid the Daytona 2023. They came out with a whole new watch, the Land Dweller, with a complete innovative movement. This GMT needs to be revised. By the way, the date just and the day date. What if they came out with revisions to those? I know people think the date just and the day date are perfect. You don't think they're working on slight tweaks to those? Anything's possible from Rolex. Anything is possible. Let's see what IDGuy says about the GMT Master 2.
I just have my doubts here. I would think instead the introduction of the RONR, the Rouge Noir GMT.
Oh no. It's like, how many years are these guys going to predict the same thing? The return of the Milgauss. The return of the Coke. Oh my God. Well, here you go. IDGuy says it's the Coke. It's the Coke that's coming back. Do you guys agree with that? Let me see. John D, by the way, says about the Facebook Marketplace stuff. It's hard to trace ID theft, but it takes a lot of subpoenas, and I mean lots. John D, unofficial legal representative. He's a good legal resource, very good legal resource to the Original OC channel. Doc Mick says, my AD said blank. Everyone knows that those things have very little credibility. I think the ADs probably watched my live stream from January 30th where I predicted and revealed that the Pepsi was removed from all the Rolex AD websites. They didn't even know it because they don't control their own websites. Rolex centrally controls the products, the flavor notes, the beef tones, the tempered cheese that are presented on the dealers' websites. But is it discontinued? I don't know. But IDGuy says the Coke is coming back. Do you agree? Let's put it to a vote. We're going to do a quick poll. The first 10 people to vote will get their voices heard. Do you agree with IDGuy that the Coke is okay, I'll be more specific, that the steel Coke is coming back? Boom. Poll is live. Vote quickly. This poll will end without warning. The results are final. We'll get to, I'll leave that running for a couple of minutes only, but I could kill the poll at any time. Don't take your voting, don't take your right to vote for granted. Don't take your right to vote for granted. I could pull the plug on that poll like that. Look at this. Peeps says the Rolex needs to. Wow. Do they need to? They need to make a model between 36 and 41. You think there's a big gap between 36 and 41? You don't think that there's a chance that a model in between, like 38.5, would cannibalize purchases from one size or the other? What do you think? Let me know in the chat. But vote in the poll. The poll question is, do you agree with IDGuy that the steel coke is coming back? Let's continue on with these predictions.
Is a lot adjusting the GMT line. I just have my doubts here. I would think instead, introduction of the RONR, the Rouge Noir, the Coke GMT is a lot more likely, considering we've seen patents, we've seen trademarks for the red and black bezel insert filed a few years ago. Considering that the Pepsi GMT is quite the outlier, I have a whole video on this subject. I'm not going to go into it too much. But the return of the red and black bezel insert, it would be subtle, it would be effective, and it would fall in line with...
I don't know. The two old ladies that do the red, I think one of them is sick. I think the other one retired. I don't think you're going to be able to do the red.
The current catalog. Red is quite the outlier.
Let's see, this multicolored ceramic component. Yeah, that is a new... That is, but... Geez, that is, I mean, that is a legitimate patent application. It sure is. I don't like how people always say that Rolex tries stuff out on Tudor first before Rolex does it. Is that really true? Do you guys think that's true? Or is it just, do you think like, oh, well, Rolex wanted to come out with titanium, so they gave it to Tudor. They let them come out with a titanium watch first to see how the market reacted. Do you think that's really the way Rolex does stuff, is they test market stuff with Tudor? That's interesting. I don't know if I fall for that.
GMT is a lot more likely, considering we've seen patents, we've seen trademarks for the red and black bezel insert filed a few years ago. Considering that the Pepsi GMT is quite the outlier, I have a whole video on this subject. I'm not going to go into it too much. But the return of the red and black bezel insert, it would be subtle, it would be effective, and it would fall in...
Subtle and effective? Would it be subtle and effective? Really? Guys, we need one more vote in the poll. We need to get to 10 votes. Do you agree that, gosh, got a lot of lurkers that aren't paying attention? Vote in the poll, guys. Vote in the poll. Do you agree the steel coke is coming back? It's a very, very close poll. Ooh, look at that. See, one person swayed it. One person swayed it from 50-50 to 55-44. That's the power of the votes. See? Wow, the vote switched just like that. And the poll ended. Do you agree with IDGuy that the steel coke is coming back? 56% say no. Or 55% say no, 45% say yes. It was a very close poll. Someone tipped the scales. 55 say no. For those of you watching on the live chat replay, do you agree with the IDGuy that the steel coke is coming back? 55% said no. 45% said yes. Peeps says, if Rolex releases a variation of the stone dial Datejusts on a 38 millimeter case, I know it will be a hit. Man, that's two crazy things. You want them to do a new size and stone dials. Not very likely. Not very likely. All right. Back to the action on IDGuy's 2026 Rolex prediction.
Line with the current catalog very well. Whether they jazz this watch up with two-tone or they reserve it with white gold or a
two-tone. White gold. Jeez.
very well. Whether they jazz this watch up with two-tone or they reserve it with white gold or a precious metal of some kind, this watch has been discontinued since 2007. So that makes it, what, 18 years since we've seen it return.
18 years, and we've been doing just fine without a black and red bezel. We've been doing just hunky-dory without it.
But there are a lot of technicalities behind this, how the brand has struggled with Cerachrom and the mixture of red and the complexities that are involved in that process.
It's the two old ladies. It's all about the two old ladies. The two little old ladies that, you know, have that special formula for the powder, for that red Cerachrom.
Do I believe we will see an entirely new, revamped, refreshed GMT collection? I don't think so.
Ooh, no. He does not think the GMT collection will be refreshed. Interesting. I take issue with that. I think it's likely, more likely than not, that the GMT will be refreshed.
Likely, not impossible. Think more likely that we will see a new bezel insert, namely
same, a different bezel, year after year, a different bezel. Whoop-de-doo.
the RONR. And so this got me thinking. One thing that modern Rolex loves doing every single year is releasing watches with exclusive, unique materials.
Unique materials. Okay, so what would be the unique material that Rolex is going to use? And on which watch? What does IDGuy predict?
We have seen it year upon year, and the brand is never going to stop this. Being able to cherry pick one watch from the collection and make...
Here we have the Jackson Pollock, also known as the Eisenkeisel.
A unique individual piece.
Tiger Iron right there. You haven't seen any of these in the wild, these Tiger Iron GMTs.
I think is very good fun. And so I thought about it after looking at the Yachtmaster in titanium and said, well, you know, the Daytona, of all the watches out there, the Daytona collection is so vast. They have every material under the sun except titanium. Why not give us the Daytonium, all brushed case and bracelet, black bezel, panda dial, an off-white gray dial to the piece with red surrounds used on the scales. And there we go. An
titanium Daytona. Titanium Daytona. I have to put this one to a vote too. Well, gonna have to let you guys voice your opinion on that one. Do you think Rolex will introduce a titanium Daytona? Vote in the poll. Remember, vote quickly, vote early, because you never know when the polls will close. The polls will close without notice. So let us know if you do agree with IDGuy that the I don't want a brushed bracelet on the Daytona with a gray dial. He's even coming up with a nickname, Daytonium. I don't like the nickname.
Case and bracelet, black bezel, panda dial, an off-white gray dial to the piece with red surrounds used on the scales. And there we go. An inverted alternative to this would be a black dial variant. But I think just pushing the name of the Daytona further out there with a unique bespoke...
Yeah, because the Daytona needs more publicity.
Material, not precious metal so much, but one of the coolest metals on the planet. Grade 5 titanium would work so brilliantly with this piece.
I mean, titanium, yeah, I mean, could work with any sports watch. What I mean, is it likely that they're going to do it on the Daytona? Jeez, I don't know. We've got El Javina in the chat. Coke on yellow gold with a gold dial. Caffeine-free Coke. I like that. Yeah, if you look at the color of the Coke can, the caffeine-free Coke can, champagne. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. El Morable. Welcome, El Morable. Titanium Sub. You think is a Titanium Submariner is more likely than a Daytona, Titanium Daytona. I get it. By the way, hello, Julius Caesar. What's up, Julius Caesar? Good to see you in the chat. If I missed you, if I missed somebody, just type in another comment. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. And we'll quickly jump over to the poll. Do you think Rolex will introduce a titanium Daytona? The answer is no. 82% of you said no. Only 18% of you said yes. Okay, 82% no, 18% yes. No titanium Daytona coming, according to you guys.
We just know that it's coming too, right? The Daytona in titanium on an oyster flex strap.
It's not coming.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Now,
It's definitely not going to happen.
1908, I think I said earlier that it's been around for 3 years.
Okay, he has the predictions on the 1908. Interesting. I like Monochrome's predictions that have the moon phase instead of the small seconds. That's good looking. That's a good looking watch. Let's see what they do here.
And its reception has been not the best, considering that this watch is going up against haute horology manufacturers that have been making
haute horology. Is it haute horology or haute? Which one? Is it haute horology or hot? I always thought it was hot. Maybe it's haute.
Yes. Considering that this watch is going up against haute horology manufacturers that have...
Did you say haute? Did you say haute horology? I'm having trouble following. Is it haute horology?
Not the best. Considering that this watch is going up against haute horology manufacturers that have been making dress watches for such a long period of time. Given the choice and the option between going after this watch or a Calatrava.
Boom. Dress watch. You reach for the cross, baby. You go Patek. That's the way you do it.
I think the favor would be towards the Calatrava. Now, ever since...
Exactly. God, IDGuy. Sometimes he says stuff that's so smart. You know? When you want the best dress watch, simple. Guys, you go Patek Philippe.
Since the arrival of this watch, we've been talking about the use of a new complication, a moon phase indicator, something to spice up the pretty mundane time-only element. They've done it with the Cellini line before, so what's holding them back here? And I just, at this stage, have my doubts that that's going to be a possibility.
He has his doubts? What will they do with the 1908? IDGuy. Give us your prediction.
It requires an entirely new movement, and I don't think the brand is that invested in this watch just yet. What's the natural progression? Taking the watch, the pre-established things we've already seen, bracelets, all those elements.
I'm chomping at the bit. I'm on my heels trying to. I can't wait to hear his prediction.
Elevated higher than any other model that they've produced in the 1908 line so far.
Oh, this chat is so clever. It's the Titona. Gatsby. If they did a titanium, it would be called the Daytonium. That's a stupid name. It would be the Titona. Gatsby, if they ever come out with a titanium Daytona, you've already named it. Well done, sir. Well done. We got Mikey in the chat. Evening OC and crew. I doubt a titanium Daytona will happen. I doubt it too. I highly doubt if they're going to do titanium on anything, it's going to be the Deep Sea or the Sea Dweller or whatever, something like that, right? The H and the U, the H and A and U and T and E are silent. You guys are the best. Logan. I know you guys watch just for the comments. You certainly don't. This my rambling certainly isn't entertaining. But what's up, Mikey? Good to see you in the chat. If you're watching right now, upvote the live stream. Guys, we've got to get to, we should have at least 40 upvotes by now. Come on, guys. If you haven't upvoted yet, vote now. Upvote. And make sure you're subscribed and listen, become a member. There's some of you guys still aren't members yet. I know you guys don't just watch for free. I'm not asking for super chats. Just become a member. Become a member. Cool. All right, let's continue on. Let's see what his prediction is for the 1908 collection.
Give it to us in steel. Saving the humblest material for
What?
last.
What the hell? Is he out of his mind? They're going to come out with it in steel?
Give it to us in steel. Saving the humblest material for last. They could make such a killing with this as the next graduate.
Oh my God. They would make a killing with this? I mean, they would screw over the market for the precious metal ones. Jeez, let's do a poll. Listen, we got to hold IDGuy's predictions to, we got to hold his feet to the fire. Will Rolex introduce a 1908 in stainless steel? Vote in the poll. Poll is live. First 10 people to vote. Get their voices heard. It's a race. It's a race to get your voices heard.
Step. And the one color that always comes.
It's the most humbling, the most humble and humbling of metals. Steel.
Give it to us in steel.
Give it to us.
Saving.
Give it to me. Give it to me in steel. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me in steel. In stainless steel.
The humblest material for last. They could make such a killing with this as the next gradual step. And the one color that always comes to mind that I think would be an absolute knockout, the use of med blue, the blue that they used on the Oyster Perpetuals last year, on this dial, with a Setimo bracelet now in steel as well as a steel.
Why is he showing a trademark application for True Beat? What the hell's he? What's the hell? What is he thinking here?
Yeah, on this dial, with a Setimo bracelet now in steel. As
Setimo? Did he say Setimo? Isn't it Setimo? It's Setimo. Why is this guy pronouncing stuff funny? God, it's a Setimo bracelet. Am I crazy? What the hell's going? Is he mispronouncing things intentionally? Is it to get a rise out of me? Did he say Setimo bracelet? What the fuck's he talking about? Setimo? Setimo, you fuck. Jeez. It's Italian. It's Italian. It's a Setimo bracelet. It's Setimo. It's a 7 Setimo bracelet. Setimo. Guys drive me insane.
I think would be an absolute knockout, the use of med blue, the blue that they used on the Oyster Perpetuals last year, on this dial, with a Setimo bracelet now in steel as well as a steel case. It's a win. And I mean, if the aim of the 1908 is to be a beautiful...
Would you buy this? Would you buy this if it were in steel? Steel. I mean, it looks like a... Who needs a steel dress watch?
Thing. Why not take the time?
Black? He wants a matte black dial? What this is crazy. IDGuy, this is crazy talk.
It's a win. And I mean, if the aim of the 1908 is to be a beautiful thing, why not take the time, change a few colors, and make it just that? So I'm saying the next natural progression for the 1908, I think, is going to be in steel.
These are wacky predictions. Let's see how you guys are voting in the poll here. Ending the poll. We're ending the poll. You guys are finally learning to vote fast in the polls. Finally. You guys are waking up. I love that. You're waking up on this Sunday night. Will Rolex introduce a 1908 in stainless steel? Overwhelmingly, the OC audience says no. 88% no. If you're watching on the live replay, if you're watching on the replay, 88% no, 12% yes. Okay. These predictions are crazy. He wants the Coke back. He thinks the Coke's coming back. That makes no sense. He wants a titanium Daytona. Ain't a chance in hell if that's happening. And he thinks that they're introducing a steel 1908. Craziness. Craziness. We got people flooding the chat now. What's going on? We've got, wow, just a whole bunch of people flooding in. Jefferson Electric is in the house. What's up, Jefferson? We got FPDI Giorno. FPDI Giorno. Maybe that's the Italian FP Giorno. FP Di Giorno. FP Di Giorno. He's British. We got Rufus in the chat. We got Pedro Bermudez, known by his handle Super Bandit, in the chat. Yeah, it looks like a Tudor. Johnny O says it made it look like a Tudor Royal. No one's, and what would they do? Price it at $10,000? Crazy. Why would they opify? Good word. Why would they opify the 1908? Thank you, Jen G. Member of the channel. Good to have you watching. AD Never Calling is in the chat. Member of the OC channel. Listen, everyone's coming back. Everyone's welcome back. As long as they're doing Watch Talk, everyone's welcome back. All right. I hope. Was that the last of his crazy? Does he have more crazy predictions?
Established long enough. They want more eyes on it. Easy job.
He put a beige dial on it now. Steel with a beige dial. He's the beige climber. He's going to take all the OP colors and put them on the 1908 and make the 1908 steel. IDGuy, you lost it. You have lost it on a Sedimo bracelet.
There's your answer. So the Land Dweller, yes, it exists.
Okay, Land Dweller is next. Okay, we got predictions for the Land Dweller.
It's now a part of the Rolex collection. One of the worst names I've ever seen on a watch, but that's beside the point.
He's right. He's right. He's right on that. Land Dweller, awful name. Cubitus, not the best name either. Worse than both of those, Vucum. Vucum, pretty bad name.
For all of its shortcomings, dial, name, it made up for with...
Ooh, what? Oh, he doesn't like the dial. The dial is kind of interesting. It's got hexagonal kind of cutouts, then it's got laser etching underneath it. It's very, very busy, especially with that open 6 and 9 on the dial.
The most gorgeous case and bracelets combination, fluted bezel. It's a work of art. It's stunning. But
wow. It's stunning. It's stunning. It's stunning.
Real standout, the 7135 movement. Is it in the realms of possibility that they're going to give us a whole new range of different dials for this watch? No, I don't believe so.
Aussie expats in the chat. IDGuy has never had good takes design-wise. I like that he tries, and nobody else really does, but terrible ideas. Does he have bad ideas or bad predictions? Aussie. I think that's a good question for the chat, too. Like everyone watching, you guys have seen these IDGuy prediction videos in the past. Does he have bad ideas, or is he just bad at predicting stuff? Like none of this shit's going to come true, but the ideas themselves aren't the worst ideas in the world. In this case, though, I mean, his ideas are the Coke's coming back, but they're not redoing the GMT line. They're introducing a titanium Daytona, and they're introducing the 1908 on steel. Those are his ideas. That's what he's hanging his hat on. Those are the craziest predictions I've ever heard. And those aren't necessary, and those aren't good ideas either. I think in this case, they're bad predictions and bad ideas. And that's not like IDGuy. I think IDGuy sometimes has good ideas. He goes through the time to come up with do the mock-ups, right? Thank you, Aussie Expat, for the comments. Let's go back to the video.
They've done pretty well with the few colors they've given us, the materials they have. It's not too far of a stretch to imagine they give it to us in two-tone, maybe, something a bit different. But all they
two-tone, that was something that was predicted, I think, by Monochrome.
They really need to do, instead of it being a white dial, they invert it into a black dial, give it to us in steel, and then
Black dial in steel. Okay, that was another prediction from Monochrome, I believe. Land Dweller in steel, but with a gloss black dial, possibly in two-tone. These predictions have been done before. Let me see if I can pull up Monochrome. We did a whole review of Monochrome's 2026 Rolex predictions. Let me see if I can find that. God, these watch publications, they just come up with like a bunch of really terrible content. Terrible. I mean, just like terrible watch reviews. Let's see here. Let me go to the Land Dweller. Oh, here we go. So this is Monochrome's prediction here. See this? So he basically, he didn't steal it, but he came up with the idea at the same time. Black dial. I don't like this. It's too explorerish. Looks like an Explorer. I hate the Explorer. I don't like the Explorer. There, I said it. I don't like the Explorer. So he basically took Monochrome's idea and said, oh, they're going to do a black dial and two-tone. Gatsby's in the chat. Look at this. $14 Canadian super chat. That's the equivalent of like $36 US. Thank you, Gatsby. That's a big super chat. That's enough to fund my next burger taste review live stream, which is coming up in a few days. I'm working with Logan on that one. I think Shake Shack may be next. You guys want Shake Shack? I might do also, like either right before or after Shake Shack, I might do the Big Mac. I go back to the Big Mac and do a live Big Mac review. The Big Mac's the best. No one can beat it. No one can beat it. It's a 9 out of 10. Don't forget that. I'm predicting, says Gatsby, a year of dial colors. The 1908 and the Land Dweller are both in desperate need of dial color variations. Rolex did the same thing in the years following the release of the 126 Daytonas in 2023. Okay, good point. Last year, they really beefed up the Daytonas after their 2023 introduction. So that was 2 years after, but I think the thing with the dress watches is, like, I was at Patek a couple of days ago. Patek doesn't give you a lot of dial choices either. I mean, they like, oh, you want a steel cubitus? Well, you better like green. Oh, you like a full rose gold cubitus? You better like brown. I was like, they give you zero choices. You like a platinum 6196? Okay, you're going to get rose opaline. It's like, they don't give you a lot of variation. They don't give you a lot of choices. Maybe the dress watches, it's so limited in its appeal for Rolex. And the Land Dweller is so new. I mean, there are very few people even get Land Dwellers. So just to think, if you have to chop up the production by dial color. Like, instead of it being hard to get, it's hard to get times 4 if you have 4 different dial colors. But Gatsby, I like the idea. Your ideas are probably better than IDGuy's ideas, because this ID is crazy. IDGuy is crazy. And I really appreciate the support and the super chat. Shout out to Jefferson Electric, Flamingo Blue highlighted comment. McCrispy strips combo with hot honey and a Coke. Yes. McCrispy strips combo is good. I don't like their hot honey. It's a big no on hot honey. Hot honey is a fad. Don't do hot honey on McCrispy. They have better sauces than that. They have the barbecue is a good sauce. What's your favorite McDonald's sauce, by the way? Type it in the chat. Don't forget about the members only emojis, by the way, guys. McDonald's list of sauces. Let's see what they got here. According to the United States menu, let's see what we got here. Nice menu. We got dipping sauces. Okay, we've got creamy chili McCrispy strip dip. That sounds pretty good. It's a mix of savory and tangy sweetness with a hint of chili pepper and a nutty toasted sesame finish. That sounds pretty good. Then you got the tangy barbecue. The barbecue is such a classic. Buffalo. I'm not the biggest fan of buffalo on my strips. Creamy ranch, and you got honey mustard. Yeah. Oh, and the sweet and sour. Sweet and sour is a fan favorite. Sweet and sour apricot and peach flavored sauce with savory spices and a slight lingering heat. Which one of these sauces do you guys like? I can't create a poll for 7 choices. Listen carefully. Here are your choices. Creamy chili, barbecue, buffalo, ranch, honey mustard, honey, just plain honey. Which, by the way, that's honey sauce. It's not actually honey. They used to call it honey sauce. At KFC used to have honey sauce. McDonald's at least has real honey. Grade A, pure, simple, and delicious. Grade A honey. And then the last choice is sweet and sour. Type in your favorite sauce in the chat. Thank you, Jefferson Electric, for the flamingo blue highlighted comment.
There's the job done. You cannot tell me that this watch doesn't look infinitely better with a black dial option. Not even question it.
It doesn't. I can tell you that it doesn't.
Invert it into a black dial. Give it to us in steel, and there's the job done. You cannot tell me that this watch doesn't look infinitely better with a black dial.
I can tell you that. I'm
telling
you that.
I would own this piece in a heartbeat. But I've also thought, well, get rid of the Arabics and let's see what it looks like with plain batons.
Hey, that is a good piece of advice. Plain batons.
But I've also thought, well, get rid of the Arabics and let's see what it looks like with plain batons. And I think that
plain batons. Get rid of the Arabics and show us the watch with plain batons. Yeah. Stick indices or batons, I think. Unfortunately, I think simpler is better. In this case, they made it too wacky looking, kind of like when the Code 1159 came out with the weird numerals. You just listen. There's a reason why batons work decade after decade after decade after decade. That's what people prefer. It just, I don't like the idea of doing this in black though.
This look works just as well. It's a lot more in line.
The batons. We're gonna give it to you on batons.
Even questioning it, I would own this piece in a heartbeat. But I've also thought, well, get rid of the Arabics and let's see what it looks like with plain batons. And I think this look works just as well. It's a lot more in line with the original oyster quartz design, which I think is a bit of a...
Okay, that's not an oyster quartz. That is a Texan, which I have one of those. I have a Rolex 5100 Texano, and that's not a oyster quartz. Come on, IDGuy, you know this stuff.
It's just as well. It's a lot more in line with the original oyster quartz design, which I think is a bit of a detriment because the brand obviously wants this watch to stand proud and away from.
That's the oyster quartz right there. That looks very much like the modern land dweller.
Date just collection. So yes, I think a simple inverted black dial instead of a white dial on this watch is all they would need to do, and that would be a great ad.
Nope, bad idea. I'm against that idea. Let's see. Let's put that one to a vote too. Listen, we're doing votes because we voted on all the other things. We might as well vote on this one too. Quick poll. The first 10 people to vote in the poll will have their voices heard. All the rest of you can kick rocks. Will Rolex introduce a black dial for the Land Dweller. Yes or no? Vote quickly. I will end this poll without warning. So vote fast. First 10 people to vote have their voices heard. The rest of you, too late. So sad. OC, the one color choice only model, is entirely a Patek Philippe thing, says Gatsby. Have you seen how many color Datejust, Dates, and Oyster Perpetuals come in? Good point. Good point. So Rolex has a history of offering lots of different dial colors on their models. Patek Philippe does not. Okay. Point taken. Thank you, Gatsby. We've got GB Vool in the chat. Welcome to the channel. reissue the Texano. It says FP de giorno. I love FP de giorno. I love saying FP de giorno. And then you guys are talking about the sauces here. Thank you for using the McDonald's emojis, Mikey. Appreciate that. Let's see what else. What other crazy ideas he's come up with
to this line. But as great as this simple idea is, it might also be a few years premature.
Premature.
Keep the current lineup where it is, not touch it at least for a year or two.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a new dial color. You know, I don't think they'll do two-tone yet. I don't think they'll switch it to batons yet because it'll be a failure. Actually, why not? Why not introduce it on batons? That way the Arabics can become a collectible. There's nothing wrong with, it's not admitting a mistake. You can turn it into a positive. Hey, you know what? We had Arabic, the Arabic 6 and 9 on the Land Dweller for the first year only. And then we retired it. Make it super collectible. And then we introduced batons after that. That's the way to do it. And it looks better. Pretty good idea, right?
So I've saved the best for last. The 70th.
Okay, finally his last prediction. All the other ones have been total disasters. Will Rolex introduce a black dial for the Land Dweller? I'll give you guys the last chance to vote. If maybe we'll go to 20 votes. I will end the poll in 10 seconds. Already? If you haven't voted, vote immediately. Will the Rolex introduce a black dial for the Land Dweller? Yes or no? The poll ends in 5, 4, 3, 2. And the winner, wow. The winner with 59% of the vote is yes. 59% of you say yes, Rolex will introduce a black dial for the Land Dweller. So you guys agree with IDGuy. 41% of you say no. For those of you watching the replay, sorry you can't see the poll results in the chat. It's a YouTube thing. Will Rolex introduce a black dial for the Land Dweller? Yes, 59%. No, 41%. Okay, IDGuy's final prediction, guys. Final prediction. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is it the return of the Milgauss? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, man. How many times is he going to do? How many times are they going to say the same thing over and over? Ryan Hofray's in the chat. What's up, Ryan? Ryan says, IDGuy has a great voice. He seems authentic and he doesn't give... I can't have that in the chat. Sorry, Ryan. Not good. Can't use. I don't like that. That's kind of ridiculous talk. Try again, Ryan. Let's get to this last thing here.
Anniversary of the Milgauss and its return. Is it possible? Yes.
No.
Is it
no
possible?
No.
Yes. Does this watch with
what?
return? So I've saved the best for last. The 70th anniversary of the Milgauss and its return. Is it possible? Yes.
No.
Is
Is it possible? 1% chance.
it not possible? Yes. Does this
Is it not possible? Yes. He got that part right.
watch, with all of its quirks and character, line up with the current collection that the brand produces?
No.
Not so much. But in saying that, if Rolex can still produce the Air King, it's still just as likely that they can produce a Milgauss.
He's kind of got a point there. He's kind of got a point. If they're dumb enough to spend time redoing the Air King, no offense to Air King Ben, maybe they would be dumb enough to spend time. The Milgauss is gone. The Air King was updated. The Milgauss is gone. No one needs it. It's got that sham away cage or whatever it's called, slam away cage that, in case of a nuclear explosion, the watch keeps running or whatever. Silly. Monochrome did it. This is another monochrome prediction, by the way.
Hardest question to ask is, how is Rolex going to separate the Milgauss from the rest of the collection without it looking same and generic?
It was a failure. Listen, the Milgauss was a failure before. There's no need to bring back a past failure. Nothing's going to make it more desirable now than it was 4 or 5 years ago when it was a huge flop.
The other pieces. The issue with the previous generation is that it just used colors and its charm as
ugly. These are ugly watches.
bits and pieces as possible to separate it from the pack. But we have forgotten over the years that the Milgauss has always been established as a professional watch.
That's right. It's a science, it's a scientist watch. It's a watch for the engineers. They need to appeal to the scientific community with their radiation ratings or whatever. They don't need to. Every watch can withstand a 3 kiloton nuclear explosion. What else? What more do you need?
Watch. 1956, it was delivered as the 6541, and it was essentially a turnograph. This was right around the time where the Submariner, the GMT.
Those are highly collectible. Highly collectible. With the turning bezel, and that some of them have that what they call the waffle dial on the original Milgauss. These are very collectible. But it's because they're 60 years old.
These watches were gaining popularity and magnetism was an issue, and Rolex thought, well, we need to be like the rest of our competitors and create an AMAG watch. It was never popular. It didn't sell very well. They, in fact, had to give these...
Did you say AMAG? Is that a term? AMAG watch?
Create an AMAG watch. It was never popular. It didn't sell
AMAG
very well. They, in fact, had to give these watches away at racing events. These were the watches awarded to drivers who won Daytona and things back in the day.
But that's a good shot of the waffle dial, kind of that crosshatch pattern with the those, what do you call those, arrow indices? Pointed, the triangular ones.
Unreal. The Milgauss, relative to the many other more prominent pieces, has always been a C, a lower C, upper D tier watch.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a C minus, D plus, and that's everything Rolex comes out with should be like an A or a B. You don't want to introduce dogs
in the professional category. So we move a little bit later down the line and we see the arrival of the 1019 design, arguably one of the most gorgeous watches that they have ever produced.
I like the hands.
Red accents, always perpetual look, unique batons on the dial.
It's like an Oyster Perpetual or a Datejust, but with a little bit of a finesse.
It's great. It's really something. And so this communicated what the Milgauss would look like in the current model.
Why don't they have more watches with normal looking hands? That's what I'd like to know.
Collection with a few tweaks: zirconium blue dial, green, orange, beige, and faux lume, and all sorts of things. They went nuts with these pieces over the years. So how is it that we're going to bring the
stupid green around the rim of the crystal
watch back down to earth, reintroduce it to a new audience?
We're not going to. That's that. We don't have to, we don't want to, and we're not going to do it. Why? We're not going to bring it back down. We want to leave it in space where it belongs, or wherever it is.
over the years. So how is it that we're going to bring this watch back down to earth, reintroduce it to a new audience as a professional instrument now with new tech? Let's start simply with the case design. The Air King is going to share its case. I think
Okay, that's a safe prediction.
everyone and grandmother knows this. So crown guards, slab side case, fully brushed. And then we think about the movement. I mean, the Milgauss has always boasted about being the amagnetic watch with the Faraday cage on the inside and all of that. Rolex has just given us the 7135 in the Land Dweller. Extra thin, 5 hertz, high beat, Dynapulse rolling escapement. The Milgauss is the perfect can.
So he's saying reintroduce the Milgauss with the 7135, the new movement that's featured on the Land Dweller.
It's a full silicon escapement. There is so little friction. There's great energy usage. This movement is kind of bulletproof, and it would work perfectly in a professional watch like the Milgauss. So let's imagine for a second we have the case sorted out. We have the movement, 100%. Nothing wrong there.
I like how he's kind of he's really thinking this through. You got to hand that to him.
What's the dial going to look like? We could go down the road of reinterpreting what they've done before with the stick batons, the 1019 sort of inspiration. But I thought, well, let's try.
Is it going to go back all the way to the beginning with the waffle dial? I mean, don't these guys do the same thing every year? The Milgauss was just discontinued a few years ago. We don't need it back. We discussed this on the other predictions. When was the Milgauss discontinued? It was discontinued in Watches and Wonders 2023. It's only been gone 3 years. It's only been gone 3 years. No one needs it back. No one needs it back. These could be the worst predictions IDGuy's ever done.
Something different. Let's go back to the very beginning. Let's look at the 6541, but not the one with the rotating bezel insert. There was a twin with a smooth bezel. What if we put triangles at the quarters, round plots everywhere else on the dial, coronet at the 12, lightning bolt second hand, and a Mercedes hour hand to further communicate this as a professional oriented watch. With these models, I've chosen orange as the primary accent color because I think Rolex has very much established this as the choice for the Milgauss. I can already imagine your first impressions of this watch. You probably think
that this is ugly. Oh my God. Let's see. What did he do here? Triangular. Oh, no. That's like the wrong angle of the triangle. And then he did circles and a lightning hand. And then he a Mercedes hand too for the hour hand. I don't mind the case. I don't mind the polished steel bezel. But this is ugly. This is ugly. At least Monochrome came up with some better ones. Let me see if I have those handy here. Let me show you what Monochrome came up with for their Milgauss. Check this out. See, they came up with this like an orange crystal. This is a way better looking watch. Look at that. This blows IDGuy's design away. Yeah, this is just a far better looking watch. Here's some of the other versions Monochrome did here. Here's a blue one. Like, it's funny, like they wrote on the dial amagnetic, and he said like amag and amagnetic like 2 times. Is he just stealing the stuff from Monochrome? He's usually like more way out there than this. Here is like these different colors, lavender and orange and all kinds of stuff. This is probably the best shot here. This shot of it on its side. That looks good. His, not so much. Not so much. It's a no for me, dog. Any comments in the chat here? Let's see here. Lots of you guys are talking amongst yourselves, which is good. Keep talking amongst yourselves. I hope you guys are enjoying this.
As the choice for the Milgauss. I can already imagine your first impressions of this watch. With these models, I've chosen orange as the primary accent color because I think Rolex has very much established.
I don't like the shape of the triangles. They don't look like the old triangles. Those look weird.
The choice for the Milgauss.
That looks like a Tudor. What is it like? There's triangles or circles. You could have squares next. You might as well have like the Tudor snowflake hand because it's square. It makes no sense to have a Mercedes hand here.
Already imagine your first impressions of this watch. You probably
first impressions. This is fucking ugly.
Think that is awful. That would never work.
True. You are correct. Those are my first impressions.
Already imagine your first impressions of this watch. You probably think that is awful. That would never work. Doesn't suit it. But what I find really fascinating about this exercise, especially this concept, is that I can show you this image for a split second, and you can identify it as a Milgauss.
As an ugly Milgauss. As an ugly,
at this point,
ugly
this watch
Milgauss.
is so distinct with that choice of crystal.
Yeah, you can identify it as one of the ugly Rolexes that they make. Yeah, I can. So what? By the way, huge shout out to IDGuy being a good sport, letting us review his content. I'll drop a link to his channel. We do play his content consistent with the United States copyright laws under fair use. But listen, check out his channel. It's pretty good. I watch occasionally when he's not doing videos about the Pelagos for the 50th time. I mean, I'm definitely enjoying watching this for the first time. But come on, it's awful. It's awful.
Imagine your first impressions of this watch. You probably think that is awful. That would never work. Doesn't suit it. But what I find really fascinating about this exercise, especially this concept, is that I can show you this image for a split second, and you can identify it as a Milgauss without me even telling you what it is. At this point, this watch is so identified.
I don't know. Do I look at the? I don't think. Maybe that's not only because of the lightning hand. Maybe. Otherwise, it looks like looks weird. It's kind of like a Submariner. What? It's just ugly. It's just fucking ugly. I don't want to identify. I don't want it to be identified with Rolex at all.
As a Milgauss without me even telling you what it is. At this point, this watch is so distinct with that choice of crystal and color on the dial. You don't need any other pointers. I've also played with the idea of this watch in titanium because why not? Everything looks better in titanium. But I have this strong belief.
All right. I think we need to do a final poll here. The final poll is, because I don't think we've done it. The last poll that we did was about the Land Dweller. So final poll, it's simple. Will Rolex bring back the Milgauss? Watch experts in the chat. You guys are the smart collectors. You have 30 seconds to vote in the poll. 30 seconds to vote. Everybody vote quickly. Jump in. We have over 17 people watching. Come on. We should be able to get 17 votes. One of my favorite Italian viewers, F. Pedigiano, is in the chat, and he says, yeah, no hate to IDGuy. The worst watch guy is better than no watch guy. Yeah, that's right. He's F. Pedigiano. I agree with your assessment. Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. Will they bring back the Milgauss?
That if Rolex was going to reintroduce the Milgauss and do it properly, they would go back to basics, maybe so far back that people wouldn't even recognize where this design comes from. I've got to say, this is the most fun I've had
with not like this, man.
People wouldn't even recognize where this design comes from.
Wouldn't recognize it as a Rolex.
I've got to say, this is the most fun I've had with the design exercise in a long time because it feels fresh.
You should do exercises that aren't fun, because if this is the most fun you've had, go back to the unfun ones, because those were way better. Those are way better. IDGuy, I like your videos. Love the accent. I think you do amazing videos. I like these Rolex prediction videos. I like the mock-ups you do, these designs. This case, I think you're pretty far off the mark. Titanium Daytona, no. Black dial land, steel, black dial steel land dweller, two-tone land, no. Steel 1908, no. New Coke, no. I think New Milgauss, no. So I just think like you're just wrong on all this stuff.
At least it feels fresh
But
to
listen, it's fun. I love this time of year. Speculation, predictions, all that stuff. What's Rolex going to do? I like the fun of thinking about these kind of things.
me. And putting it next to the Air King, we can see that these watches.
Oh my God, it makes the Air King look good. And that's something that, listen, I know Air King Ben is watching on the big screen, and he's going to clip it, and he's going to like put it on Instagram. But yeah, this mock-up of the Milgauss makes the Air King look quirky and quaint and almost adorable in a strange kind of way. Shout out to you, Air King Ben.
Look related. And then I roll back and I think, is it possible that Rolex could deliver a Milgauss looking
I hope
like this? And yes, I
I
think
hope
it is.
not.
This watch has always been off the beaten track.
Yes.
It's a model that's always been left of field.
It's always been left of field.
Stopping them from making these small changes and re-establishing the Milgauss as quite a powerhouse next to
This will establish the Milgauss as a powerhouse in the Rolex lineup.
their already prominent professional pieces. So this is the most out there prediction that I'm
Yes.
giving you, but I like
No,
it the
no,
most.
all of them are out there. Titanium Daytona, Steel 1908, Coke.
Do see that there is some plausibility that
No.
this is possible,
No.
that it can
No.
be done. So like with every year,
ID Guy's delusional. He's lost it. Guys, ID Guy's lost it. Lost his marbles. I can't believe it.
end with a disclaimer saying that these are likely never going to happen, but it would be good if they do. Then I'll
The guy wants to destroy Rolex. He single-handedly wants to destroy Rolex. How's he? I don't know. Oh my God, he's crazy. He's certifiable. Certifiable. Let's see here. Listen, I think it's the end. I'd like to cover. There's some things I want to cover, but there's some stuff I got to take care of. I want to cover the Roman Sharf thing. They're now introducing fungible tokenized watches. That's crazy that they're doing it. But we need to cover that, and we need to cover the Vucom story. But listen, I'm going to take a break. It's been fun streaming with you guys. It's good to be back. I will catch up with you guys on another stream. We'll cover the Roman going all in on gamification and gambling with selling mystery boxes. He's pivoting Rolex. He's pivoting Luxury Bazaar to support luxury mystery boxes. We'll cover that. We'll cover the Vucom story. Vucom has been arrested, and he spent some time in jail for fraud. But I think he's innocent. I think it was just a mistaken identity. That's what it was. Mistaken identity. So we'll cover that one. We'll cover that one soon. But guys, thanks for tuning in. And let's see what else. Anything else? I think that's it. All right. So that's it. Remember, guys, always reach for the crown. I'll catch up with you on the next live stream. Thanks for watching. And hey, look at this. Epe di Giorno is a new, campaign senior consultant. Whoa. That's awesome. Campaign senior consultant level member. Thank you, Epe di Giorno. I love my Italian viewers. Awesome. And I want to just quickly thank my boss, Original Mathis, for the super chat. Thank you so much, DC Chris, another $5 super chat. I want to thank Jefferson Electric for the Flamingo Blue highlighted comment. I want to thank Epe di Giorno for becoming a new member. And my favorite Canadian, Gatsby, massive super chat. Thanks, guys. Become members. Here's what I'll do. If you're not a member, how did FP DiGiorno know how to become a member? Here's the link. I'll drop the link to the memberships. If you're watching on the replay, wait a minute. Are we still running the poll? We're still running the poll. I can't go anywhere. Will Rolex bring back the Milgauss? How come no one said that the poll was still running? Will Rolex bring back the Milgauss? 73% of you say no. 73% of you say no. 27% of you say yes. Boom. Here's the link for the memberships, guys. If you're watching on the replay, sorry you can't see the poll results. The poll results are as follows. Will Rolex bring back the Milgauss? 73% yes. 27% say no. Peace out. Have a great night. Maybe a late night stream, but gotta cover the Roman. The Roman stuff is mind blowing. The mystery box stuff, blow your mind. All right. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.
And action!